Of course, you all know a star like the Sunday. You probably all understand that life is not possible without the sun. But what will happen if I tell you that soon our sun will go out? And this will lead to a global collapse. The sun is the star that is the center of the solar system. You probably, if you watched one of our past videos, then you know that the approximate age is 13 billion years. And the age of the sun is about 4 billion years. Why is there such a big difference between the years of the universe and our star? That a long time passes for the formation of the star. To learn better about how our universe was formed and how stars are formed, check on our The Last Star videos. The sun is a huge star inside which thermonuclear processes take place, which allow the sun to shine. But do you know what causes thermonuclear reactions? The sun consists of 73% hydrogen and 25% helium, the amount of which is constantly increasing, and 2% of other gases. The average density of solar matter is above 1400 kilograms on square meter. This value is close to the density of water and 1000 times the density of air near the Earth's surface. In the outer layers of the sun, the density is millions of times less, and in the center, 100 times higher than average. The sun is the main attribute of life on our planet. It creates conditions for the development and life of various organisms. Under sunlight, photosynthesis takes place. Photosynthesis is a biological process that takes place in the cells of plants, necessary for life in ATP cells. Also, the sun strongly influences our organism. During sunbathing, the level of serotinitis in a brain raises, and the mood rises about the increase in the amount of serotonin. Also, in the sun's radiation, a lot of vitamin D. Vitamin D is a vitamin that maintains bone strength. One way to get a sun vitamin is to be exposed to ultraviolet light in the sun. You do not need to stay in the sun for a long time, only 15 minutes. And as we know, the Earth is always warmed by the sun and does not have time to cool completely during the night. But let's just theoretically imagine that the sun went out. What will happen? First, the level of carbon dioxide will increase rapidly because only in the presence of sunlight, plants can convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. A decrease in oxygen levels can lead to starvation of the brain and then to death. Secondly, most of the electricity is now clean and green electricity. That is, most of the energy will be lost. But all plants and animals will die soon. This means that people will die even faster and less than in a few months. Lack of food will lead to gradual degradation of the population in terms of evolutionary development. People will also plunge into eternal depression, which will morally eat away the person from the inside. And there can be many more things which it is impossible to predict. This will happen because the sun is a star, and the star emits light rays due to thermonuclear reactions that take place on the surface of the star. It's all the fuel, and the fuel can run out. After all the hydrogen in the core of the sun burns out, its combustion will continue in the outwardly moving layer. In this case, the radius of the sun will increase, and the sun will turn into a star called a red giant, a huge bright ball that will absorb and incinerate the inner planets of the solar system. Then the sun will grow many times and expand approximately to the orbit of Venus. After the complete combustion of hydrogen and helium in the nucleus, the sun will pass through the stage of states when nuclear reactions cease. As a result, it will turn into a star called a white dwarf, which is a dense and dead star with a radius that is approximately 100 times smaller than the radius of today's sun, and its luminosity will be 1,000 times smaller. Thus, the sun will gradually end its existence in about 5 billion years. To calculate the life of the sun, astronomers took into account the mass of the sun, the rate of reactions and release of nuclear energy, and determined how much solar fuel in mass at this rate of energy. The death of the sun in 5 billion years will affect the solar system. At the stage of the red giant, the sun will expand and absorb Mercury and Venus. The hot atmosphere of the red giant will engulf the Earth. The expansion of the sun will not reach Mars, and perhaps there may be conditions suitable for life. As a result, at the stage of the white dwarf, the remnants of the surviving planets will rotate around the little sun, Mars, Jupiter and Saturn, which will be greatly changed during the phase of the red giant. The sun will have low luminosity, and the solar system will be cold, planets orbiting a small cold star. If you like this video, click the like button and subscribe our channel. And also write your comment.